about what's reasonable.
Good afternoon, folks. Aaron Dorr here with Georgia Gun Owners. We have a crazy video. It's already crazy because our producer already screwed up and put the wrong clip on. We have a video that you guys are going to find both hilarious and outrageous at the exact same time. We want to give it to you right away. There is so much going on. Aaron Dorr here with Georgia Gun Owners. You've got Alex Dorr here, Ben Dorr, all of us working on Team GGO as we fight for constitutional carry. And folks, you're not going to believe what happened on the floor of the Georgia Senate just a couple of hours ago as Rules Chairman Jeff Mullis called for the prosecution of Georgia gun owners over all of our efforts to force him to stop blocking constitutional carry. Guys, this video is going to make you lose your mind. That's where we have to, you got to hear this. So Alex, you were there all morning doing the meetings, talking to people, demanding action. Tell folks what's going on.
Oh, man. So, yeah, 48 hours ago, I was down there and I was knocking on senators' doors. I was knocking all over the place, talking to people, trying to figure out where is SB 319. And it's funny, 48 hours ago, the story from everybody was the bill is choked up with the chairman's office, Jeff Mullis. It's up to him. Jeff Mullis decides what's going on. And so, all right, we got to apply pressure. We got to let people know Jeff Mullis is holding us up. That's what everyone told me. Jeff Mullis is holding this. It's not going anywhere until he says so. So we did what GGO does best. We went to political war and said, everyone, hound on Jeff Mullis, hound on this committee because the bill is being slow rolled. Well, 48 hours later, I'm back down there again, and let me tell you, the stories that we're getting are different from everybody. Oh, we're going to have a vote. Oh, it's already done. Oh, it's going to happen. Oh, we're going to have it on the Senate floor. They're completely losing their minds, bouncing all over, changing their story. But, I could never seem to get a hold of him. Jeff refused to meet with me. I was there in his office 4 times today, 3 times today, 2 times the other day. I have texted his office. We have called his office. I stood around and waited. And then the guy just ran past me in the hallway. He just bolted through there. I can't use the word run with him, but he was just bolting through the hallway and he just refused to meet with gun owners. Folks, I was even texting him, Jeff, we need to talk. He didn't have anything to say to me.
So when it comes to all the rest of you're going to see video clips here in a few minutes. You're not going to believe what we're about to play for you because this is the problem in Atlanta. This is the problem in many state capitals. As you're about to see, these guys will have the NRA and they'll have the in-state NRA affiliate, Georgia Carry, these old geriatrics, as their cover. And then when an organization like GGO comes along and says, we're not playing by these games, if you're going to slow roll and kill constitutional carry, well, by God, we're going to activate the legions of members of Georgia gun owners, and they're going to call you themselves. You don't have to talk to us.
Yep.
You don't have to talk to us, but you're going to talk with our members, especially your constituents. And apparently, when you do that, they get very upset. Ben, you've got that first clip about how Jeff Mullis is mad. This guy.
Right.
This guy.
Check this out.
Watch.
I rise today because I'm just damn mad.
It makes you laugh. It makes you laugh, but the reality is you're damn mad. We are outraged that we have waited 10 years for constitutional carry. You're mad? We are furious.
Well, you know what?
All these states around the country have passed this. People like you have sat there with your boss hog cane in your hand, blocking the most important gun bill here in Georgia. And you're mad that you're hearing from constituents.
Well, it's exactly what it is. That's what he's mad about. Is he's a politician, and so as a politician, he feels like he is owed this sort of bow down before me deference. If you're a gun owner and you're going to call and talk to me, I'm a state senator, by God, and I'm damn mad. And so you better be polite and you better talk to me like I own you because I'm a state senator. So he's just pissed off that gun owners are calling him going, Jeffrey, You should put constitutional carry on the floor now. It's been a decade. You're not getting any younger. Put the bill on the floor and pass it. Well, that just makes him damn mad.
Man.
Like you said, gun owners are sick and tired of it. You're hearing from mad gun owners. So just do what you're told. Do what gun owners are telling you to do and pass the bill. Get it done.
The reason why people like Jeff Mullis can say crap like this is because the National Rifle Association and Georgia Carry, these fruitcakes, have been kissing their ass and bending their knee every time they've been asked for the last decade. That has been the number one service that they have provided to the politicians in Atlanta. When GGO members are demanding action on constitutional carry, you've got Georgia Carry there on bended knee, sometimes people say knees, to keep these politicians happy. And you're about to see this next clip here that I think Ben's got this thing ready to go here momentarily. This is the subservience that they get from the NRA. This is the obedience they get from Georgia Carry. And this is what they demand from Georgia gun owners. The problem is they ran into a GGO buzzsaw, and we're not having it. We're not having it. You got that clip, Ben?
Yep, here we go.
The NRA, representing the National Rifle Association, honorable organization represented by Raymond White here, and the Georgia Carry, which is now called the Second Amendment organization, represented by Stephen Lofton. Good people. We work with them. When we have an issue regarding the Second Amendment, those are the two groups we call upon. Not that other group. The Georgia gun owners, they're led by people that are just trying to raise money off of the lies that they talk about members in this chamber, issued in this chamber. Not true. But they have invaded privacy on a lot of members here, and they're people that they're trying to stir up by telling just the blatant lies out there.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second here. There's nothing more hypocritical on the planet than politicians who talk about grassroots organizations who raise money to fight for the issue that they care about. I've never met a sitting state senator who didn't have his hand out asking for your freaking dollars. That's what people like him do. But Aaron made the point just a second ago. When politicians stand up on the floor and say, these are the groups you should trust and these are the groups you should not trust, you know that the groups you're supposed to trust have those politicians' best interests at mind. They do the bidding of the politicians. They're always there doing whatever people like Jeff Mullis tell them to do. And organizations like Georgia Gun Owners and the American Firearms Association, that's just not the way we roll. You do what our members tell you to do. You do what your voters tell you to do. And that message is resoundingly pass constitutional carry. Stop stalling this bill and running out the clock.
You know, this guy, just thinking about it here a little bit, just the difference in how we view our duties to our members and how we interact with the Senate and the House and the governor and so forth. So I was there this morning, and it was just these droves of lobbyists from everywhere else. They just come out of the woodwork as the caucus ends, and they're all just lined up along this hallway waiting for the senators to come by. And I heard lobbyists as these senators walking by, like clapping their, hey, when are we going to dinner again? Hey, when are we going to dinner again? And then even someone from the Rules Committee, one of the senators, like, hey, I really appreciate you having me at that function last night. That was really nice of you. That was a good little meeting we had. That's us. That's not us. No, sir. No way. No way. We are not glad handing you. We're not taking you out to dinner, and we are not doing fundraisers for you. That's not our job. Our job is to represent the members of Georgia gun owners and to pass this legislation. That's it. It was sick.
When you guys listen to this, like, if you close your eyes and listen to that clip, and we're not going to play it again right now, like, this is the definition of political incest. That's all. That's exactly what this is. And folks, it's not just like this here in Atlanta. It's this way all across the country. The NRA, with their in-state affiliates, I come out of Iowa, they have one there. Ben works in Minnesota, they've got one there. They've got one all across the country. These guys are politically in bed with the politicians in the state capitol, and this is the reason why constitutional carry has been held back for such a long time. And so we have begun here at GGO over the last couple of days to unveil our incredibly effective, some would say just absolutely devastatingly effective texting program. And we have been texting gun owners in various districts saying, did you know that your senator is blocking constitutional carry? Georgia Carry and NRA would have an absolute panic attack. Oh my God, we can't say anything nasty. We can't. Jeff Mullis might not like us. And they expect us to actually play by those rules. But GGO has never played by those rules. And so we are eviscerating them right now in their districts. And so that's why they are trying as best they can to scare us into submission. So what happened today, and the next clip that you're about to see, Ben's getting it queued up right now, is Jeff Mullis threatening Georgia gun owners with prosecution. Now, he uses the phrase persecution because he's an idiot, and he comes back and says prosecution in a minute. Prosecution for daring to have gun owners contact him and say, stop blocking constitutional carry. You have that ready to go, Ben?
Here we go.
Lobbying without a lobbyist badge, too, and I think that's illegal, immoral, impractical, and they should be persecuted for that. If you're going to be here, persecuted and prosecuted. Persecuted would be nailed on the cross, I think, wouldn't it? Now, I'm not necessarily against that either, by the way.
Yeah. You and whose army, Jeff?
Yep.
You and whose army, my man?
What a toad. Just look, it's very simple. First of all, Jeff, stop attacking gun owners, okay? It's not me. Georgia gun owners is not Aaron. It's not Alex. It's not me. Georgia gun owners are the members and supporters. It's these people in our comment section right here. We have Terry and Michelle and JC and Mark and Lisa. These people are who you are attacking, Jeff, by running your mouth the way you are. It was very simple. All you had to do was have a conversation with Alex and say, we hear you. We're putting this bill on the floor pronto. We're getting it out of here. And we're going to get this bill passed immediately, and we're ready to go. And none of this would be happening right now. All you had to do was just do the job. But when you sit there and stonewall, and you don't talk to anybody, and you won't talk to gun owners, and half the committee has got their phones sitting off the hook, sitting beside the phone because they don't want to hear from gun owners, then what else are we supposed to do? What are we supposed to think? Now, the NRA, they're not going to come out and say that you guys are stonewalling the bill. 2A, GA, 4A, 6A, they're Georgia Carry. They're not coming out to say anything. That they don't even. They've opposed constitutional carry for a decade, so maybe they support it now, maybe they don't. Who really knows with those freaking jokers? But they're not going to come out and say that you guys are stonewalling and not pushing this bill. So we will. And that's why you're going to get this done.
They're very willing. Georgia Carry is very willing to sandbag this bill as they've done for the last 10 years. And we'll be back here again in 2032 if they have their way, if Brian Kemp has his way, if David Ralston has his way. We'll be here 10 years from now trying to deal with this. So we're getting some of the questions in the comment section. I want to make sure and answer a couple of these. People are saying we're going to see a vote on this on Monday. First of all, in all my lobby work in Atlanta and all of Alex's work in Atlanta, we have heard the Monday vote on constitutional carry for 3.5 to almost 4 weeks now. So number one, this is the definition of what slow roll means. They give you a date out in the future. Oh, something comes up. We had something that took precedent, and then all of a sudden it gets delayed again and again and again. But I will say this, answer number two to the same question. I wouldn't be surprised if we have a vote on Monday, because GGO members have been beating on these people's asses for the last 72 hours with our incredibly effective texting program, and the word is getting out. This is a primary year, baby. And it's not just Brian Kemp who's worried about his primary. No. It's also little Jeffy Mullis, and many other people like him. And so you know what, Alex, Ben, I mean, guys, we wouldn't be surprised at all if we're rewarded on Monday. Right. In fact, Jeffrey, frankly, this is the only way we would prefer it. This is exactly what we want to see. We want you to realize the impotence that you have. We want gun owners to remind you of who you work for, and we want you to march your fat self down on the floor on Monday and do what we tell you to do.
Well, here's something that, well, we've all seen this. We work in a lot of different states. We've passed constitutional carry in 2, 3, 4 states now over the last several years. We've passed a lot of pro-gun bills in Missouri and Iowa and Ohio and many other places. And we've seen the same thing happen time and again, and we're kind of counting on this here, right? So they stonewall the bill, and they want us to say and do nothing. So we pour on the heat, and we say these people are stonewalling it. They're running out the clock, which is exactly what they're doing here. And in order for people like Jeff Mullis to prove us wrong, to say, look, Georgia gun owners are a bunch of liars. We were always going to put it on the floor. They'll put the bill on the floor and they'll pass the bill just so they can stand up there and say, we told you GGO wasn't telling you the truth. We told you this whole time.
Make us liars.
And so
Make us liars.
And so we're okay with that. See, we're totally okay with that as long as they pass the bill and they can get up on the House floor and say, oh, we want to thank the NRA and we want to thank the 2AGA and we want to thank blah, blah, blah. And we don't want to thank them Georgia gun owners. We don't care, just as long as you pass the bill. And you can prove us wrong all you like, because they weren't going to do that to begin with. That's the point. They weren't going to pass the bill. They didn't want to put it on the floor. They were slow rolling gun owners. And it wouldn't be surprised if we see the same thing in Atlanta that we've seen in states all across the country. They're going to put it on the floor, probably give it a vote, pass it just to prove us wrong. But hey, as long as Georgia gets constitutional carry, that is all Georgia gun owners cares about.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Alex, you were telling me just a little bit ago about a conversation you had, and this is not anything new, I don't think, to a lot of gun owners.
No. This is new to many of us. But so, yeah, I got to talk to a lot of people inside. Like, what's the inside scoop? And just people inside there are just, they see it clearly. And I did not know this as well, but guess who Mullis's best friend is? We keep hearing this. Over and over and over.
We knew it.
We knew it. David Ralston. Old Ralston. Killing this bill in the House every time he's had an opportunity to. And so now we just got to sit here. We've been asking ourselves all week, why is Mullis killing this bill? Who is telling him to kill this bill? We don't know. But it could be coming from Ralston.
Oh, it could easily be from Ralston. It could be from Ralston, but it could also be, for those who don't know, Jeff Mullis has also filed just in the last couple of days his own version of constitutional carry, because the guy is a glory-hounding egomaniac. I mean, any guy who walks around with a boss hog cane like that really thinks he's a freaking boss. I wish to God, Ben, you had a photograph that we could clap up here right now with this guy's face on it and boss hog. The guy thinks that he's boss hog, and he thinks this is my state capital. You're going to come in here in my building. You're going to pay me some respect, boy. And that is the arrogance, the insufferable arrogance that these people have. All of us, we're just chum. All of us, we exist to give these people power. And anybody who comes along and questions that must be dealt with, must be slammed, must be prosecuted, persecuted. That's what this is.
Yeah, there you go. There's his cane right across the podium.
Oh, boss hog.
Yeah, it's funny as I didn't see him first. I heard him first this morning. Clack, 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 striding on through the building.
Got to get it done.
Go ahead, Ben.
No, it's outrageous. Don't sit there, Jeff, and talk down to us after a decade of dragging your old bones around that building and doing nothing, precisely nothing for gun owners. Don't sit there and go, why don't you sit back there and be patient? We'll get to this bill when we want to get to this bill. We're going to have a healthy debate. Don't feed us that crap. Jeff, we've passed the bill in 5 different states, okay? We know when gun owners are being stonewalled, when we're being fed a line of garbage, when you're talking down to us, when you're slow rolling, and when you have other crap going on in the background, other reasons for killing the bill. You're introducing your own, you're doing all this crap in the back. Don't feed us that line, Jeff. Just put the bill on the floor, just pass the bill, and get this done. Get this done. We're sick and tired of it. It's been 10 years. 10 years. Way too long.
Yeah. These are the tactics that work on every other lobby organization in Georgia, Jeff. This isn't going to work on Georgia gun owners. In fact, my man, all you do is excite us to do more.
So pumped.
All you do is excite us to do more. And maybe we'll talk about that in a couple of days, what that looks like. But for right now, guys, his number's on the screen right now, 404-656-0057. Call this guy immediately and say, how dare you? Who do you think you are? Aaron Dorr, Chris Dorr, the Dorr brothers, they work for us. They are our mouthpiece. And guess what? You work for us too, Jeff. And so when you attack Georgia gun owners, you are attacking me. How dare you? Who do you think you work for? Now, folks, I want to say one last thing, too. It's not just Jeff Mullis who is doing this. Jeff Mullis is the guy who was on the floor today. He was the guy who boss hogged his butt up there and did that today. But there are many members in the Senate right now who are hiding behind Jeff Mullis, who like to have him there in that position to take the hits. It is vital that you also contact your own senator and say, dude, I'm not taking this crap anymore. Gun owners want this done. We're not opposed to seeing primaries against you. We're sick and tired of the BS. It's passing all over America, and we're still getting promises for year after year after year. You better deal with this. You better deal with your boy, Jeff Mullis, because I, as a member of Georgia gun owners, I'm going to hold you accountable, man. I'm sick of this.
So you're talking about how this is these are our demands, right? As Georgia gun owners members, we want to see constitutional carry pass. And I talked about this in a video this morning. If any of you weren't able to watch that, just I gotta remind everybody of this. I had multiple senators that I ran into this morning that said, "You guys gotta just stop telling people to call us. You're biting the hand that feeds you." And it was all I could do just to remain calm when I hear that, because folks, they seem to forget that this is not how it works. They are not the hand that feeds us. We are the hand that feeds them. They are there because we put them there. We elected them there. We donated for their campaigns. They work for us. And so for them to continue to say over and over and over and over to me that you guys need to, I'm sorry, I'll get to this comment here in a second, that you guys are hurting your cause because you're hurting the hand that feeds you, and we lord this down on you. That's disgusting. That's enough reason for a call in and of itself. So when you call them on the phone to say, hey, this is your hand calling. I'm calling to tell you what we want you to do.
You arrogant piles of trash.
So, hey, we got a lot of people saying, hey, they say it's coming to the floor on Monday. That's probably what that might happen. It very well could happen. But let me remind, and Terry, I'm going to answer your question. But let me remind you, I was in their offices 48 hours ago. I was talking to their staff. I was talking to senators, and they all said the same thing. I said, where's Bill 319? They said, that's in Mullis's hands. Mullis decides if we move that through the Rules Committee. It's totally up to him. And so now that the story has changed 48 hours later, after tens and tens and tens of thousands of messages going out across the state, it was beautiful.
You know, folks, we're getting a lot of questions as to where does my various senators stand. Here's the deal. Almost every Republican in Atlanta has co-sponsored Senate Bill 319. And that's a game, okay? That's both. It's a testimony to your calls and emails, but realize that co-sponsorship is part of how they can say, oh, I'm on board this bill. I was a co-sponsor. So, Terry, it's hard to tell you where Senator Jen stands on this, because he's the guy who he's a co-sponsor, but they all co-sponsored. That doesn't really matter. What matters is, will he walk down the hallway to Mullis's office and say, deal with this bill and do it now. Do it now. So, folks, that's what's going on right now. GGO will never, ever back down from threats like this. We only get excited to deal with little tyrants like this. And so, guys, these rights are not handed to us by the hand that feeds like Jeff Mullis. These come from God Almighty, and we're going to defend them here in Georgia relentlessly. And so, guys, we need you to donate today. Stand with us. Help us finish this fight. We're going to be doing all kinds of special programs, additional programs. You're going to hear about them in the coming days. We don't want to go too far and tip our hand too much right now, but GGO is spending heavily right now to rain down pressure on this building. You guys have made this possible, but there's much more we have to do. I want to see dozens of these cane-wielding rhino trash balls on the floor calling out Georgia gun owners. We want the entire building to burn with hatred for Georgia gun owners. We want them to realize and to remember the name. Georgia gun owners made this happen. So, guys, if you can donate $5, now is the time. If you can donate $5,000, now is the time. Stand with us. You've always been there alongside of us. Stand with us now. Donate heavily. Donate heavily. We are close. We are this close to making this happen, because I can tell you, they're all afraid now. They're all scared now. That's why Mullis walked up there to try to push it back. That's not going to work. Now is our time. We know the governor is scared. We know the Senate chamber is scared. And when we finish the fight in the Senate, maybe on Monday, guess what? We can put all of our firepower on David Ralston. And I know how much you guys want to be a part of that fight. So donate today. You're going to get a lot more information from GGO over the next couple of days. We may have a big report to give you on Monday. Thank you so much. Donate now. Email the committee. Share our video, and we'll keep you guys informed. Thank you so much.
Thank you.